if you could introduce yourself quickly.
Yeah. Hi Anand and hi Karthik. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to join this meeting today. This is the first time I've joined any of the Toastmasters meeting. I'm very excited for it. I've came to know this. I was googling it regarding. I've heard a lot of things about Toastmasters in my college and through my friends as well. So I was just googling it and I found this meeting on meetup.com. So it was it was today itself. So I was very excited to join it. So that's why I spoke to one of the members of the Toastmasters Club of your, and here I am.
Right. Nice to see you, Shalu, and hope you like the meeting. I can see there is another guest, Vikas Singh. Vikas, if you could.
Hello, good evening, Anand.
Yeah, good evening, Vikas.
My name is Vikas, and I was the ex-member of Delhi One Toastmaster.
Okay.
After leaving the club, DOTM, I visited many clubs, but I did not find the team spirit which DOTM has. So I am planning to join again DOTM, Delhi One Toastmaster. Thank you.
Nice to see you, Vikas. And as Vikas said, it's just not our club who says this, but it's the experience which we have given to our members that the Living Toastmasters is known all over throughout the district in Toastmasters International. Good to see you, Vikas. I can see there is Vinita. Vinita, if you could quickly introduce yourself and welcome to the Living Toastmasters.
Yeah, hi. I'm Vinita, and this is the first time I'm attending this meeting. I was going through the Facebook page and I came across about this meeting. This is happening today, so I just registered for the same and looking forward in the meeting how it goes.
To see you, Vinita. And are you a Toastmaster or a guest?
Yes, I'm a member of South Delhi Toastmaster Club.
Okay, that's nice. Welcome to the Living Toastmasters. I can see Karan is also there, Karan Gaba. Karan, if you could also introduce yourself.
Yes. Good evening, sir. Karan this side. I'm from Faridabad. As I got the details of Postmasters on Facebook page, this day I got in touch with a person who is already a part of Postmaster, who is a member of Postmaster, and I have become a part of the meeting today. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Nice to see you, Karan. Hope you like the meeting at, of the Living Toastmasters. And I can see a special face. Avishi is there. She has she is going to join our club. There are just few of the formalities left on our end. So hi Avishi, hello Avishi, and welcome to the Living Toastmasters.
Hello, Anand. I joined the club as a member.
Yeah. So still, if you could quickly introduce yourself, maybe for the last time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Avishi. I'm from NSIT, and I've joined Toastmaster because I want to improve public speaking and build leadership skills. And I got to know it about Toastmaster through Anirudh, and I'm looking forward to it.
Nice to see you here, Avishi, at the Living Toastmasters. Hope you all like our meeting. And today we have got a special person who will be taking on the role of Toastmaster of the day. That is Toastmaster Roli Sinha. Those who are in Toastmasters International, especially in District 41, they will know just by her name. So the theme today is really very interesting, and that's freedom, acceptance, and respect. So far, and just I had to quickly point out one to two things, that freedom is not all about giving the which we perceive as the freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and so forth things. Just a few days back, there was an explosion in Beirut, and I was going through one of the documentaries filmed by Al Jazeera. And in over there, one of the women said that his husband actually died in that explosion. And because of the corruption and because of the very political system they have, she said that my husband life has gone as a waste. His blood has gone for a waste because he is no not a martyr, and he has died because of the corruption. Over the other hand, in other part of the world, there was a movement going on for the black lives and so forth thing. So freedom is not only about expression and freedom of speech and all those things. It's also about the respect and uh, all of the things which you give. I hope that Toastmaster Roli Sinha will take you through a roller coaster ride, and I hand over the stage to Toastmaster Roli Sinha, Toastmaster of the Day. It's over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Before I begin with every item that I have tried to include in today's meeting, welcome, dear Toastmasters, dear guests. It is a privilege to have you join us on this special meeting. It's the eve of our 74th Independence Day. This freedom that we have achieved, this independence that we have acquired, has come at a very huge cost. Think of the lives that we lost. Think of the leaders that we lost. Think of all that we lost. A nation that was split into three so that one could acquire independence. Those scars have not healed. Those wounds are still there, and they are corroded time and time again. When we hear that the northeastern state populace has to verify that they are not Naxalites. When the Muslims in the Indian nation have to prove that they are loyal to their nation. When our country men or women do not feel safe in their own country, then arises the question of what really does freedom mean? Is it just my own individual right of expression? Is it just my own individual right to do what I want, to say what I want? Does it not come with a sense of duty, a responsibility to consider whether my words are going to harm or heal, whether my actions are going to cut or create? What am I trying to do here? Is my freedom always going to be at the cost of denying freedom to others? We may think that we don't do this. We are not those kind of people who deny freedom to others. But do we really respect everyone around us the way we want respect for ourselves? I remember a few years ago, when I still used to go to the malls, I went to the mall and Häagen-Dazs was trying to open their new store in the mall, and they had a kind of a fencing around it, and there was a huge board which had the company's name, and it said that it has an exclusive preview for international travelers, which is fine because each one of us does want to travel internationally and wants to be amongst those kind of people who make an international visit every single year. But below that was written one more thing in a slightly smaller font. Access restricted only to holders of international passports. So in my own country, which I so proudly call India, I was going to be denied the right to go buy an ice cream because I was an Indian and I did not have an international passport. I cannot express the way my blood boiled. I wanted to physically take that board apart with bare hands. I wanted to chop it down. I wanted to scream, how can you do this? The company later came back and apologized and said that that's not really what we meant. We were trying to say that now you don't have to go abroad for this kind of an experience. But if any one of you is interested, go read that apology, and I can guarantee it does not sound like an apology. It just is an accusation back at us that, oh, you are not smart enough to understand what that board was saying. These are the kind of things that we experience and we want to do something about it because we don't want to be made to feel that we have gone back into that colonial era when the Britishers were ruling us and outside the clubs it was written Indians and dogs not allowed. But we do want to make sure that we are not doing the same thing for others. Our president mentioned Black Lives Matter. December 10, 1948 is when the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted, which listed a set of rights, and most importantly, the right to equality, the right to social and economic and political justice, the right to be free to adopt any religion, to have the say. And 2 years down that line, we adopted our Indian Constitution and once again cited similar rights. The right to freedom, the right to freedom of speech, and numerous. It's not something that you and I have not studied during our school. But when I am asked to believe that the state has no religion, and yet my country is called a Hindu Rashtra, I wonder, does the state really have no religion? Is the state not trying to impose a religion? Are these just words that if I don't even want to follow any religion, I'm still in complete command of my own rights? So how do we make sure that we are not doing this to others? Have we stopped using words like, oh, that's a shame. You've put a black mark on the family. Why is it a black mark? Have we thought about it? But we use it all the time. We don't think about these kind of things. The bedroom in my house that is reserved for the main couple of the family, could it be parents, could it be the owner of the house, is called the master bedroom. We don't think that if that's the master bedroom, are the rest of them slave bedrooms? Are we not still somehow unconsciously carrying that slave mentality when we call people that, oh, you're not being fair? When the word fair conjures up this image of a woman who is very fair, of a man who is very fair, we Indians don't even want our men to be tall, dark, and handsome. We want them to be tall, fair, and handsome. There are many such things that we need to think about. Are we really doing this, or we think that we are not doing it, but we are unconsciously treating people a little lower than what we want them to treat us? Let's see what our meeting is going to include. Our meeting is going to have 4 segments today. The first segment will be the prepared speeches segment, where two speakers will come and share their thoughts in the form of a constructed speech. That will be followed by an impromptu speech segment. I see a number of guests today, and I hope that each one of them will participate in that segment and share their thoughts at the drop of a hat. The third segment will be the evaluation segment, which is where we receive feedback and we learn more, we become better. The fourth segment today will be the business segment, in which we will re-elect a VP Ed for our club. To begin with, the entire concept of freedom, in my opinion, is based on a feeling of surrender and support. When we surrender to what we have, and when we surrender to what we don't have, we accept it. And that's when we are able to support not just ourselves in what we want to do, but also others in what they want to do, and perhaps do not have as much as we do. The people who support us in our Toastmasters meeting are four such people. The timer who tells us if we are saying things in the allocated time. The hour counter who tells us did we encounter any hurdles and how to overcome those. And the language evaluator who tells us, are we using language appropriately and creatively? And the fourth is our listener who questions, are we just speaking or are we listening actively? So let me invite on stage the person who will now need to replace the red screen with his face, I hope, our timer of the day, Toastmaster Shivam Asthana.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. As put in words by a Toastmaster of the day, to respect things around us, to respect everyone around us. And as humans, I feel it is very quintessential that we respect time. If we respect time, life will respect us. And today, to help our speakers respect time allotted to them, I will help them to keep track of time. I will change the background of my screen in green, yellow, and red. I will change the background of my screen to green when the speaker reaches the minimum allotted time. That is 5 minutes for a prepared speech. I will change my screen to the yellow background when the speaker reaches mean allotted time. That is 6 minutes for a prepared speech. And I will change my screen to red when the speaker reaches the maximum allotted time. That is 7 minutes for a prepared speech. All the speakers and evaluators and role players have a 30-second grace period at the lower and upper time limit, except the table topic speakers who have a grace period of 30 seconds only at the upper time. I will request all the speakers to pin my video while they are speaking to keep track of the time. Thank you, and back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Timer. Toastmaster Shivam Asthana is working in the National Skill Development Corporation, where he's a public policy assistant. For him, freedom is the ability to express his opinions without the fear of restraint or legal actions. I hope that he finds this level of freedom every single day and offers it to those he meets. Next, we go on to our hour counter, Toastmaster Santosh Devi.
Hi, Roli. Am I
Hello.
visible and audible?
Yes, you are visible and audible, although you're very far from the screen, but we'll make do. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Before 1947, we were under the control of British. As we realized it as slavery, we fought against it and got the freedom from them. Similarly, our fluency of speaking is under the control of filler sounds. Rarely is free from these sounds. These are like ahs, you know, I mean, and many more. These are not evident to the speaker, but very clear to the audience. Do you want under the control of these sounds, or do you want freedom from these sounds? If you want freedom from all these sounds, then start practice, practicing today itself to avoid use of them. And I will be helping you to note down these filler sounds in today's meeting. I will present my report during the evaluation section when general evaluator calls me to do the same. That's all from my side. Over to the Toastmaster of the day, Roli Sinha.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh Devi. She's actually pursuing a PhD in biotechnology. And currently, she's also investing her time in teaching biology and chemistry to the 12th standard students. A noble lady indeed. For her, freedom means that she should have the right to do the things that she wants to do if the things will not harm anyone else. That also is a sign of her nobility. I hope that I learn to do the same from her. Now we move on to our language evaluator, Toastmaster Sanchit Gupta. Please take the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Roli. Can you confirm if I'm audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you so much. It feels good to be called as Toastmaster Sanchit and not guest Sanchit after so long. Well, I'm the grammarian for the meeting, and so I would be noting all the incorrect grammar and incorrect usage of words that he used in his speeches. Also, I would be noting all the creative and the good words that he used in his speeches so that we can improve upon our later speeches. And not to forget, the word for the day is gusto. Gusto means doing something with full enthusiasm, full excitement. And it's a noun, so you use it with gusto. Okay, and the example for the same is in the Toastmaster Club, the members give their icebreaker speech with gusto. So I would encourage all the speakers to use the word of the day, and I will present my report when the journal Levato calls me on the stage. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So Toastmaster Sanchit has been quite busy. He is working on his digital business store. He's also attempting management exams. And his definition of freedom is very simple, but quite difficult to achieve. Be yourself. Two words that take a lifetime to complete. We now move on to our listener, Toastmaster Shreya Avasthi. Please take the stage.
Thank you, TMoD. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
As we know, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Then listening should be twice as important when it comes to communication. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Shreya and I am the listener for today's meeting. As a listener, my role would be to note down the interesting tidbits of information from speakers, and I'll be asking questions near the end of the meeting. So I would suggest you all to be attentive, vigilant, and wide awake throughout the meeting. Thank you. Back to you,
Thank you
Toastmaster.
so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shreya. Toastmaster Shreya is also a student and is preparing for her business school exams. She is quite interested in social work. For her, freedom has a comprehensive definition, so I'm going to read it out. Freedom for her means living independently on her own terms and principles, but without hurting other people's feelings. For her, freedom is holding on to her thoughts and everyone should live with freedom according to her, but without interfering or insulting another's freedom. She does not want to be caged by other people's thoughts and opinions. She wants to live freely like a bird. Isn't that something that we all wish for every single day while we are buried under the problems and the day-to-day mundane tasks? I hope that you will give a lot of work to our language evaluator, not so much work to our R counter. Make sure that you are absolutely attentive and ready with your answers when the listener comes on in the evaluation segment, and do all of these things in time. With that, we move on to our prepared speech segment. In the prepared speech segments, the speakers have collated their thoughts and structured a speech. It is difficult when we all join Toastmasters for us to take the stage. Each one of us has gone through that point. The guests might feel that kind of flutter in their stomach when they come on into the table topic master session. But in the case of a prepared speaker, we go through so much of fear. We are wondering, have I collated everything properly? Have I structured everything properly? Will I be able to deliver the speech properly? It's a good idea to accept our limits and be realistic. That acceptance in ourselves means us able to accept other people's opinions. Then we know that our evaluator is only trying to help us, is not trying to demean us or criticize us. Our first speaker today is Toastmaster Jyoti Kumari, and her speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Bela Agarwal. I would like to invite Toastmaster Bela to share the project objectives for Toastmaster Jyoti's speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Roli. Hi, good evening, everyone. I am the speech evaluator for today's meeting. Today, Toastmaster Jyoti Kumari will be presenting her speech under Project 1, Level 3 of Successful Collaboration of Team Collaboration. The title of her speech is Not a Zero-Sum Game. The purpose of the speech is to be introduced to strategy for working in a collaborative group and to share some aspect of her experience practicing collaboration with a small team. And now I would like to welcome enthusiastic Toastmaster Jyoti Kumari for delivering her speech. And I wish you all the best. Over to the Toastmaster Roli.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bela. That was a very nice listing of all the. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jyoti. Everyone, there is a link to a form in which you can provide your feedback for Toastmaster Jyoti for her speech today. Please take 30 seconds to provide feedback for her. Do click on the link and then share your opinions. Timer, could you just let me know once 30 seconds are up?
Yeah, they're up.
Okay, thank you so much. Toastmaster Jyoti's speech talked about team collaboration, and she said that it's not a zero-sum game. The entire collaboration is so critically important. And that takes me to the second point of acceptance. Look at the diversity around us. Are we accepting each one of the people around us just as they are? Or are we questioning them? They are different from us. They do things differently, but we want them to be more different. We want them to just be different because we want them to do things in another fashion. We want them to be a different person. I would like to ask you, is that truly freedom? Are we really allocating freedom to our fellow companions around us? Take a deep breath and question yourself while I take this opportunity to invite the speech evaluator for our next speech. The speech will be delivered by Toastmaster Pooja Yadav, and her speech evaluator today is Toastmaster Devi D. Please take the stage, Devi D, and share the objectives.
Thank you so much, Roli. Am I clearly audible?
Your voice is a little faint, Devi. Is it possible to increase the volume?
Yeah. Is it fine now?
Not really.
Now?
No, you might want to increase the volume on your headphones instead of just on the laptop.
Now is it fine?
Not really, but maybe you can come closer and then speak, or maybe hold the mic a little closer to your mouth and then speak.
Is it okay now?
It's better. Please continue. Yeah.
Thank you, Roli. A warm good evening, everybody. Toastmaster Pooja Yadav is delivering her level 3 project 2 from innovative planning path. So the purpose of this project is for the members to start practicing using vocal variety. This is to enhance her speech using the vocal variety technique. And timer, please note the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. All the very best, Pooja. Over to you, TMoD.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deviti. Toastmaster Pooja is also doing her PhD. She's doing it in geology, and she loves to study and experiment in the field of specialization that she has chosen. For her, freedom means that no one should be suppressed, no one should be dominated. And if we want to do something good, then there should be no objection from anyone. I hope her definition of good meets everyone else's because she's one of the nicest persons I know. Toastmaster Pooja Yadav, good parenting, Toastmaster Pooja Yadav.
Thank you, TMoD Roli. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Papa, I really need a bike to go to my college. Son, you can take an auto for this. Papa, I don't want to go. I want to. I don't want to go by any public transport. Son, you are only 20 years old, and it is not safe to ride a bike on highway road. And you are far from us in Chandigarh, so it is not a good idea. Drop it, please. Papa, I know how to ride a bike. I just want to take bike, and if you and I will not go college if you will not provide me it. So it will now on you. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. It was one of conversation between my father and my brother. After doing so many arguments, finally my brother somehow able to take his bike. And in this manner, he not only took his bike, but also so many other gadgets. Whether it is his iPhone, cameras, laptop, or bike. And he didn't use any soft tone during demanding his choices, but asked with a threatening way. And sometimes, and his level of madness was this much that sometimes he said about doing suicide. if his demand will not fulfill. So due to constant pressure, my father had no choice but to fulfill his old demand. And hoping that now he will do his study well. But he always proved my father wrong. My father were used to tell me about his rude behavior. So I could feel that how much it hurts a parent if their children don't follow them or don't listen them. Now I would like to ask this question from all of you. What do you think if a parent should do if their children goes at a wrong path and they don't listen to their parents? Anyone who would like to give their opinion, please? Roli?
Yeah, I think that children do fumble in their paths and they should be gently guided back to their desired goals, and make sure that they don't damage any further, because sometimes these things can lead to disasters which become difficult to recover from.
Yes, thank you. And maybe some of you will say that the parents should can control them by their emotional love, or maybe some parents sometimes should leave their children on their own term, so that and should not pay anything, so that they will know the value of money. Believe me, my parents had followed all these ways, but nothing changed. While things become more worse, that after taking bikes 2 years later, my brother had started demanding for four-wheelers in his just 22-year age. When my father looked back into his past and tried to find what was the cause for his rude and careless behavior of my brother, then he blamed himself. And he told me that what three mistakes he did during his parenting. He told me that he should have keep eyes on his son since his childhood. Second, he should have keep a friendly terms or attachment with him. And third, he should have never sent him outside or in other cities for his studies, because where he opened up and involved in a bad company of students. I remember once my father said that now he doesn't care about my brother, that what he do and he will do in his future, because they were totally exhausted with him and they couldn't worry about him all the time. But I knew these were only words. It was obvious that it couldn't stop worrying about him. But my parents left the situation on time with the hope that with time everything will change automatically. And it really changed with time. Every friend of my brother left him because of his rude and dominating behavior. Even he did not adjust with anyone. And earlier he was having so many friends just because of his those expensive gadgets. But when he lost his mobile cameras, or when he sold his bike or laptop, he had nothing and no friends. Then he realized that nobody cares about him except his parents. Now I'm happy that situation is in good direction, and hoping that it will be in the future as well. But I don't want to see any parents in this same kind of pain which my parents suffered. So it becomes very important for a parents to take care of their children. What I personally felt, that where was the gap, and what a parent should keep in mind during the parenting of their children. I think first It may be because of the generation gap. Today, our lifestyle is changing very rapidly with each generation. And some parents follow their orthodox norm, and they also expect from their children to follow the same. But the children now want to adopt this modernized world. So parents should try to reduce this generation gap. Second, maybe parents' busy schedule or their behavior. Today, parents are very busy, maybe in their office work or at a job, but they should understand that it is extremely important to spend a quality of time with their children, so that they will know about the activities that what their children are doing, whom they are spending their time, what they are liking, what they are learning. So it becomes all very important. And believe me, if you are not able to find the time for your children today, you may regret this mistake in your whole life. I like these few lines that I think which are true, that the solution to the problem of every parenting start with 9 words. I'm here, I can hear you, how can I help you? Over to Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pooja. Now I'd like everyone to please take 30 seconds to provide feedback for Toastmaster Pooja's speech. The link is the same as I shared just a moment ago. And timer, you can let me know once 30 seconds are up.
Yeah, I will turn my screen red.
Okay. Thank you, timer. Now we will take another 30 seconds to vote for the best prepared speaker today. It's written as ABC, but it is actually Toastmaster Pooja Yadav's name. And the other one that we have as an option is Toastmaster Jyoti Kumari. So please vote wholeheartedly for the one you feel. Anand, we can't hear you. Sorry.
Sorry to interrupt, Toastmaster Roli.
Yes.
Can you listen?
Yes, please.
So I was saying that we can just check with the timer if all the speakers are qualified or not.
Okay. Timer, could you please let Toastmaster Sajal know if any of the speakers had exceeded time?
Would do.
Yeah, thank you. Toastmaster Pooja's speech reminded me of a quote by Dean Jackson, that it is possible to share dislike without disrespect. As children, we often want a lot of respect from our parents, that you don't let me do what I want, I'm old enough to know better. But we forget that our parents really want the best for us. And as parents, I am a parent myself, I can vouch for this. I want the best for my children, but very often my best is my definition of best. I'm unable to see their point of view. I'm unable to realize that there is more to life and more to the situation that I'm not able to see because I have got my mindset in a different way. I also feel that if I can't do it, how can they do it? So I impose my own limitations on my children. I want to be free of my own limitations. I wanted to be free of the fear of public speaking. That's why I joined Toastmasters. And to free ourselves of our fear, we have to face our fear. We have to accept that we are not perfect. Nobody is perfect, and that's just fine. It's more important to start from where we are right now. Do what we can right now with whatever we have right now. And you can see that the magic will happen. That is the magic that I hope you will find in our table topics section today. Our table topics master is Toastmaster Bhavya Jain. She'll be having a list of topics for you to share your opinion on, and then she'll be progressing through the entire session in her own unique style. I have come to admire the wonderful composure with which she approaches every single role. Her speeches have absolutely amazing, entrancing content. It's difficult to pull yourselves away when she's on stage. And I'm sure that she will have the power to pull you to the stage. Toastmaster Bhavya Jain is studying architecture. She's currently in her 4th year, and her definition of freedom is the ability to voice her thoughts, to be able to do those things that she likes. Toastmaster Bhavya Jain, please take the stage and exercise your right to select your table topic speakers. Toastmaster Bhavya Jain.
Thank you, Toastmaster Roli, for the introduction. So, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, to live a freedom life and have the freedom to do the things you want, we should have the courage to speak of our mind and stop any injustice happening with us. So, this table topic segment is the best practice for our life where we practice impromptu speaking so that we have an answer to any situation in our life. So I will be giving a topic and you will have to speak on that for 1 to 2 minutes. So the timer will show a green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and a red card at 2 minutes. And you will have a grace period of 30 seconds after the red card is shown, and you will have to wind up your speech within that time. You are advised to use the word of the day, which is gusto, which means doing something with full excitement and enthusiasm. So I will be sharing my screen and there would be some artworks made by me, and you have to describe it in your words, the first thing that comes to your mind after seeing it. So whoever wants to speak can raise their hands using the option in the Zoom. So who is the first speaker who wants to speak? I would like to start with a member.
I would like to participate.
Okay, sure. Toastmaster Karthik. I'm sharing my screen. So okay. So this is your topic.
Okay. In the painting, it's showing a lady, maybe you, looking at the sky, clear sky, lots of stars, and making the I forgot to remember what is it called, that creating drawings out of star points, being nostalgic and getting excited, which is rarely seen in this day and age of pollution, and we rarely see go outside and look at the sky and at the stars. So from this image, the lady in the painting seems to be a aspiring astronomer who likes to see star, who likes to study star, or maybe being a potential astronomer who could be able to be interested to study stars, cosmos, and universe, all these exciting things which makes her gusto in this field of study. That's it from my end. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik. So next, I would like a guest to volunteer.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi,
Sure.
Bhavya.
Sure, Preeti.
I would like to try one topic.
Sure. So this is your topic.
Wow, what a beautiful painting depicting a small elephant. I think you find a lot of gusto in doing these paintings, these artworks. Um, keep up the good work. Well, what I can depict from this painting is that there is a small baby elephant which is um, in his or her own illusionary world is busy with his artworks, trying to look at the other side which we as a humans ignore. So I think you, in the form of animal creature, you are trying to depict that lion is the king of the jungle, but every animal in the jungle is also important, is the king of herself or himself. These illusionary artworks are definitely making this elephant a little a very cute and queen, a very cute king. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Preeti. Next, I would like a member to volunteer. Toastmaster Sajal, would you like to speak?
Hi, Bhavya. Yes, I would like to.
Sure. So this is our topic.
Um, so this is an amazing painting of an astronaut sitting on a swing that is from Saturn's ring. And I wish I could be that astronaut, as I would love to have a ride in the universe. This picture certainly depicts the theme for today, as it shows the freedom that the astronaut has in just sitting there and imagining stuff. And the astronaut has that full capability to think about anything that is going on, and using one of those rings for Saturn as a base for a swing. And uh, the astronaut is free to accept anything that comes its way, be it any comet or any planet that comes its way. And I guess the astronaut is feeling a bit lonely, but he has his own thoughts to accompany him in his on his journey. But because there are no other planets there, but he can have that full planet of Saturn to give him company, and maybe the planet Saturn talks too. Uh, and that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sajal. So next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Ankit. Toastmaster Ankit, are you there?
Yes, please. Thank you, Toastmaster.
So this is your topic.
Wow. So beautiful it is. Guys, before I start, I want to know what is your favorite flower? Please let me know. Just unmute yourself and let me know. Quick. Which is your
Hibiscus.
favorite? Pardon?
Hibiscus.
Okay.
Showing on the screen.
Okay.
Orchids. Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik, for enhancing my knowledge. Actually, I was not knowing before it. So, okay. So this is so beautiful. This is so fresh, and this is so inspiring. Why it is inspiring? Because it always gives everything and don't take anything. It always believes in the philosophy of giving. It gives us the fragrance, yes, and it always believe in the philosophy of giving. And leaves are attached to it. Leaves, I think I'm not getting anything else. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. Toastmaster Bhavya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankit. Next, I would like a guest to volunteer. Please.
Yeah, I'd like to speak, please.
Yeah, sure. Uh, could you please tell your name?
Anusha.
Sure. So this is your talk.
Well, lovely. Stop existing and start living. If I connect this with the picture which was there right before, it would be the best example. Sorry? It would be the best example where you stop existing and you start living. Now, why do I say that? The flowers which were portrayed in the table topic earlier were not. Hello?
Yes, you're audible.
Somebody is muting me. Were you able to hear or should I start again?
We were able to hear you.
Okay. So this is just like those lovely flowers which were there in the table topic before, which were not existing. They were actually living because they were giving a feeling of beauty. They were giving a feeling of freshness and they were giving something inspiring to the table topic speaker just before me. So the idea is that if you got to live one life, then why waste that life? Live it in such a way that you enjoy every moment. For example, you come back from office and you have the luxury of just lying around, eating and sleeping. Or you have the option of getting into a Toastmasters meeting like this and trying out your cerebral skills. So that is when you start actually living, when you put your gray matter to the test and you start utilizing what you have in your upper story to start living. There are so many other ways of, living and not existing. I can't see the time, so please tell me. Smelling the flowers in the woods, sitting by a beautiful stream tinkling by, lying on a carpet of grass, all these things which bring one close to nature, these are means of living and not existing. Then there are means of living again when you're trying to help out other people, live in the world, when you're helping the poor, when you're helping women who are downtrodden, when you're trying to bring people to the forefront so that they battle their existential crisis. That time you're actually living. So start living and stop existing has so many connotations in life today. And we can choose what we like as long as we are living our truth. Back to the table topics master.
Thank you so much. Next, anyone who would like to volunteer?
Bhavya, I'm so sorry. I don't think so. We have the time for the speaker.
Yeah, okay, sure, no problem. So I would request the tech master to please launch the poll for best table topic. And timer, would you please confirm who all are qualified for voting?
All are, all are.
Okay, great.
30 seconds are up. We can move ahead. Hello, 30 seconds are up. We can move ahead.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivam. Now I would like to hand over the stage back to Toastmaster Roli.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavya. Audience members, didn't I tell you that she would bring her own color to the entire situation? And she did. Just the kind of person you want on your side when you are going through a tough time. She'll stay calm and she'll introduce you to all the different perspectives that you might have missed, because that's the ability of an artist. I have always wondered, how is it that if I take my dog for a walk, I want to go faster and the dog wants to sniff at each and everything? Now you may be wondering, where is she going on a walk with a dog now? That's because my dog is able to pay attention to each and everything that I have the habit of missing out. I look, I glance, I gaze, but I go over. My gaze just does not stop long enough to notice the crevices and the holes and the kind of stones that are there on the road. What brought them there? What are the kind of insects that are roaming around? There's a whole ecosystem alive on that road, but I don't know it. But there are some people who note everything. They want to know each and every nitty-gritty of whatever we are talking about, whatever we are doing, so that they can help us become better. It is only their observational skills that help us improve. On our own, we speak, but they are the ones who actively listen, observe, and analyze. These are the evaluators. We have come to the point of the evaluation segment, and the evaluation segment is conducted by our general evaluator. Our general evaluator today is our club president, Toastmaster Anand Kumar. He is very young. He's still a student. And like many of us, he believes that he is in a life journey to understand the real meaning and the essence of life. For him, freedom means the freedom of speech, expression, where education is not considered a privilege, but one's basic necessity and right. I have a small incident to share about Toastmaster Anand. Like I shared, he's very young. He just turned 18 and then I think he joined Toastmasters. So he's like 19 right now. He's our club president. We are having a meeting of some of the EC officers. And we were not very happy with what another member was doing. And we wanted that person to change. We were also questioning, why is that person doing it like this? And Toastmaster Anand said, that person has stated their reasons for doing that. And we have to accept, we have to respect. Such wise words coming from someone so young, they are a learning for each one of us. We should respect diversity, we should be inclusive, and we should respect the one who calls out our improvement areas the most. Toastmaster Anand, please take the virtual stage as General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Roli Sinha. Thank you so much for those kind words, but it's obvious that these things have not taken shape just because of myself. There are other persons also involved in this journey. Credit goes to you, credit goes to Anirudh, credit goes to many of the other people apart from Toastmasters. My sister is also over here. Credit goes to many of the other people also. So it's just not me. Moreover, moving forward, we are now beginning with the general evaluation section, and this is actually the most important section of any of the Toastmasters meeting because feedback is considered to be the breakfast of the champions. And today we are over here to give the right feedbacks, to talk about the positives, and talk about those areas where we could improve upon and turn those into positives. I would like to ask all the evaluators, especially, and the role players to follow the CRC approach, that is commendation, recommendation, and commendation. So without wasting any further time, I would like to call upon the first evaluator, that is Toastmaster Bela Agrawal, who will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Jyoti Kumar. So Toastmaster Bela Agrawal, the stage is yours. Toastmaster Bela, I guess you are there. You are there. Please unmute yourself and begin with the evaluation. Okay. I think there's some network issue or something of that sort. So we can move forward and have the second evaluator give his evaluation report, and then we'll move to the first evaluator. So our next evaluator is Toastmaster Devi D, and she will be uh, evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Pooja Yadav. So Toastmaster Devi, if you could begin with your evaluation.
Thank you so much, Anand. First, can you confirm if I'm audible?
Devi, you're actually very faint. I'm not sure if your headphones are working or they're plugged in properly. Could you just check that? Or come closer to the laptop and then speak because the voice is very faint. No, I think there is some issue with the headphones.
If Devi would like to unplug the earphones and then just use the
Yeah,
laptop microphone.
reconnect. Yeah.
Okay.
Devi, could you just say something so that we can make out the volume? No, uh, this is not working.
Okay.
Just wait, Anand. I think she's trying
Yep.
the earphones again.
Yep. Sure.
Now is it audible?
Yeah, we'll just try to make do with this. Just come closer or keep the microphone very close to your mouth and then speak.
Is it fine now?
Yeah, better, better. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Roli. Thank you. A warm good evening, everybody. Toastmaster Pooja Yadav delivered her L3P2 project on enhancing the vocal variety, and she chose a very relatable topic of good parenting. So many of us as parents and many of us as kids, we all have experienced this relationship. So that was a very relatable topic to start with. She had a very good opening with a very good set of dialogue. So it really set the scene for the speech. And I loved the transition that she brought with a question. So she introduced a question to the audience, asked them to respond, took their feedback. it was a very good transition. And I also loved the good gestures that she brought about. That is problem number 1, 2, 3, how to overcome it. That hand gestures was very well visible and that added to the speech. And I also loved the ending that Pooja Yadav brought in with the 9 words. So the 9 memorable words she brought in and ended her speech. Now, when a speech is at a good level, how can we take it to the best level? With some recommendations like the objective of the speech was about enhancing your vocal variety. So if she could work a little bit more on the vocal variety, there was ample scope in the dialogue, that one dialogue that she brought forth with her father. So while enacting her dad's voice, if she could bring in a high pitch, high volume and a boisterous voice on a loud tone, and also show that angry emotion in the tone. Like, how can you ask for a two-wheeler? Bring it in your voice and in the emotion and the tone. Secondly, I would like to see that if she could rearrange the solution part of the speech. There were some problems of parenting she brought forth in the speech, and she brought forth the solution as generation gap, spending more time with children. So if that solution part could have come earlier, maybe at 5 minutes. So I saw that it came after 6 minutes, and that was winding up time for the speech. If it could come earlier, maybe she can elaborate more on the solution part, so that rearrangement and structuring of the solution can come earlier. Finally, if she could bring in slight pauses while she's transitioning between the problem and the solution will be more visible and more it could be grasped by the audience. So to summarize my evaluation, I would like to say that Toastmaster Pooja gave a relatable speech with good transition, good opening scene, and good hand gestures and good ending. If she could work on the voice modulation, the speech ideas, arrangement, and pauses, I'm sure she will take the speech to the next level. Thank you, and over to you, the general evaluator.
To challenge yourself, you may use.
So much, Toastmaster Devi, and we could actually understand that why. I request everyone to please stay on. So we could actually see why Toastmaster Devi has been able to reach the district finals of District 41 for the speech evaluation contest. Words of wisdom coming in. So transition and all those things, because I too felt that timing could have been better managed. Now moving on to the first evaluator, Toastmaster Bela Agrawal. Mute yourself and begin with your evaluation for Toastmaster Jyoti Kumari.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. Hello, I am audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. It was a fantastically delivered speech, starting from example of pizza to bringing it down to your own experience. It was a well-written speech, bringing the real essence of the teamwork. Example web was very powerful. The work speech, which started with vivid color, summarized very well on the topic of the speech. Not a zero-sum game. You may want to work on the funniest essence of your storytelling. To challenge yourself, you may use body language and express in your speech. Overall, again, it was a fantastic speech. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bela Agrawal. I would just like to add here 1 to 2 things. That in Toastmaster Jyoti's speech, what I noticed was that she mentioned that there was a tussle and there was a miscommunication. although the objectives of the speech were met, but I personally felt that I couldn't see those aspects because if those aspects could have been
Anand,
shown,
Anand, I'm sorry to interrupt.
or like if the dialogue could have been so we could have actually that
I think Toastmaster Anand is facing some network connection issues. While we wait for him to return to the meeting, let me invite our listener. And before that, I'm just going to launch the poll for the best speech evaluator. The options are Toastmaster Bela Agarwal, and in place of Ankur Srimali, it is actually Toastmaster Devi D. So when you're voting, please vote for Ankur Srimali if you want to vote for actually Devi D.
30 seconds are up. We can move ahead.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivam. Now I'd like to invite our listener for today's evening. This is Toastmaster. Hello? Okay. Okay. Toastmaster Shreya Avasti. Please welcome. Please welcome Toastmaster Shreya Avasti to take over the stage as our active listener.
Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
It was a delight to hear everyone and see you performing the roles with great gusto. So I have some questions. So my first question is for Toastmaster Ankur. Which book did Jyoti Kumari read and she mentioned in the very beginning of her speech? Toastmaster Ankur. Okay, I think Toastmaster Ankur is okay, so I'll ask
I don't think he's in the meeting. Would you like to go on to ask somebody else for this question?
Sorry. Toastmaster Karthik, if you want to answer.
Yes, it's Homo sapiens.
Yes,
book.
you're right. You're a good listener.
Thank you.
Okay. My next question is for guest Avishi. What is freedom to Toastmaster Sanchit Gupta? Two simple words yet complex. Avishi? Okay, I'll ask Toastmaster Devi if you could answer. What is freedom, Toastmaster Sanchit?
Sorry, I'll let it pass.
I think
Okay.
Pooja is waiting.
Okay,
Pooja
sorry,
wants to
sorry.
answer.
Yeah. Yes, Pooja.
I think be yourself.
Yes, being yourself. Correct. My next question is for Toastmaster Bhavya. What did Toastmaster Pooja mention at the end? The solution of the problem. Those 9 words she mentioned. If you could recall for all of us.
I don't exactly remember the 9 words, but I remember that she said that parents should always talk to their children and ask whether they are fine, do they need anything, and should always be there for their children, and so that they don't regret later on that they have lost on those precious days of their children's childhood.
Somewhere near to that. It is, I'm here, I can hear you. How can I help you? So my next question is for guest Shalu Goyal. If she's here.
Yeah.
Okay. Which flower made by Toastmaster Bhavya did Toastmaster Ankit spoke about?
So it was a pink color flower. I think Toastmaster Karthik pointed out it is hibiscus. I really don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, it was that.
Right. So my next question is to guest Geeta. From is Geeta here? Okay, so I'll pass the question to guest Karan. Karan, are you there?
Maybe you can move on,
Okay.
Shreya. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you can answer.
Okay.
From the table topic session, complete this code. Stop existing and start.
Living.
So my last question is, for the benefit of improving our vocabularies, I would like Toastmaster Shivam to recall the word of the day and its meaning. Shivam, are you there?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I think the
Sorry.
word is gusto, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes.
And I don't, for some reason, it means excitement or something. I don't really remember the meaning.
Yes, you're right.
Oh,
Doing with enthusiasm and energy, doing something with
great.
enthusiasm and energy. Okay, that's all from my side. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Okay. Toastmaster Anand, would you like to take over? Okay. I'm not very sure if he still has enough bandwidth. So let's please call on stage our language evaluator for the evening with full gusto if we can manage. Toastmaster Sanchit Gupta.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Roli. First thing first, the word of the day was used by 3 people: Toastmaster Karthik, no, actually 4, there's Roli Sinha also used, Toastmaster Roli, Toastmaster Karthik, guest Preeti, and Toastmaster Shreya. And to reiterate for Toastmaster Shivam, the meaning for the word is do something with excitement. And I couldn't see any major profound mistakes in your speeches. One thing I would like to state is someone said that do a study well. Instead, he could say that study well would sound better. Also, there are many creative and good words that I would personally use in my speeches. So first word used by Toastmaster Shivam. I'm not really I'm not really sure about the pronunciation. I always messes this word. Quintessential. This was a word used by Toastmaster Shivam. Next, Toastmaster Roli used this word elated. Also, she used a phrase to be free of a fear. We need to face our fear. And yeah, that's in my report. And back to Toastmaster Roli. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanchit. We would like to now move on to our R counter, Toastmaster Santosh Devi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Roli Sinha. Good evening once again.
Good evening.
I'm here with my report and I divide it into 3 parts. The first is who are already free from these filler sounds, means who didn't use any filler sounds are Roli Sinha, Jyoti, Kumari, Anusha. And the second, who are very near to achieve the freedom from these filler sounds. I mean, who use the R sound in between 1 to 5, in which the names are Bhavya Jain, Kartik Mishra, Devi D, Sanchit, Shum Asthana. And the third, who need just little hard work to achieve the freedom, and I mean who use the R sound in between 5 to 10, in which the names are Anand, Sajal Jain, and the Preeti Mohan. The favorite word of the Sajal Jain was the. She used it 6 times. And the favorite word and uh, used by Sanchit Gupta, Bhavya Jain, Kartik Mishra, and the Pooja. This is all from my side. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster Roli Sinha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Santosh Devi. And now I would like to welcome our timer on stage to share his report. Toastmaster Shivam.
Thank you, Toastmaster Roli. Just want to start by saying the time is limited. The time passes by, never comes back. So it's important for every one of us to respect it and not to forget to enjoy every moment we live in. First of all, I want to congratulate our role players for dribbling through all the technical challenges and ensuring the time keeps on, the meeting is on time. Now coming to the report, we have people who are disqualified. We have people who have tended on the danger zone, and we have people who have managed and respected their time well enough. So for the interest of the meeting and knowing that we are short of time, we'll only highlight the first and the second category. So our President Anand exceeded in his introduction by 2 minutes. Roli exceeded in her introduction by 1 minute. But the truth is, even if she would have kept on for 5 more minutes, none of us have minded. Then Jyoti Kumari in her speech was almost at 7 minutes, and probably in a future speeches she can respect the allotted time and come back to around 6 minutes and 6:30. Pooja Yadav was the one who got disqualified, unfortunately, and I just want her to ensure from in upcoming speeches she is able to respect the time allotted to her. Other than that, every role player, table topic speaker, speech evaluator were well within the time limit, and I want to congratulate everyone for that. That's all from my side. Back to the Toastmaster of the day, General Evaluator, Roli Sinha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster and Shiva. I just want to clarify one point that the time allotted for Toastmaster Jyoti's speech was 5 to 7 minutes,
Yeah.
which means that she still has a grace period of 30 seconds after the maximum time
Right.
of 7 minutes.
Right.
So I think it is all right if she was about to touch 7 minutes. It's actually very good utilization of time.
Okay, my bad. That's a
Yeah.
learning for me.
No,
Yeah. Thank you.
That's perfectly fine. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your report. Now I'd like to invite Toastmaster Anand for asking for the ballots and sharing his report. I'm just going to launch the poll for everyone to vote for the best supplementary role player. So our contenders are the R-Counter Toastmaster Santosh Devi, the Language Evaluator Sanchit Gupta, the Listener Toastmaster Shreya Avasthi, and the Timer Toastmaster Shivam Asthana. I see that there are 23 participants and only 5 hosts, so it would be very nice if everyone votes, please. We have 19 people who are allowed to vote.
30 seconds are over, but we'll still give them 30 seconds for everyone to vote.
Yeah, let's just give
Yeah.
a little more time. Thank you so much, everyone. We're going to close the poll now. Toastmaster Anand, are you here in the meeting and do you have enough bandwidth to share your report? Okay, he just got disconnected one more time.
Sorry, Toastmaster Roli, can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, I can, and I'm so happy. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Apologies on my part for the net bandwidth issue. If I again, let's say, drop out, so I will share the general evaluation report on the chat. So apologies on my part, but I will begin with the general evaluation. So the meeting began on time, and unfortunately, again, I got kicked out of the meeting in the very first half itself, so I could not see what Sergeant Ram said. But I hope that he had said during my presidential address, I probably touched all those uh, guest speakers with the names and took their introduction. But I could have managed time well on that very front, so I should take note of that. Coming to the Toastmaster of the day, this team was really very interesting, and the manner in which she connected the whole meeting was fabulous. She came up with her own small nugget details, everyday thing which we do and which we feel and which we see around our life, that she put as an example. One of the examples which I would like to put over here is the story
Hi, Anand. Your
Go ahead, sir. Anand, your voice is breaking up very badly.
Was really well said and iterated for the convenience of the guests. I just
I think he got disconnected.
Okay, I'm going to let him share the report with us offline on chat. If it is possible for him to share it on the Zoom group chat, he will. Otherwise, he'll probably be sharing it on the members group on WhatsApp. Thank you, everyone, for paying such close attention to the entire meeting, participating in such a good manner. I'm going to conclude my theme at this moment, and when Toastmaster Anand rejoins, we will be beginning with another segment, or if he have time, he can share his report at that time. So I spoke about 3 things. The first is freedom. The second is acceptance. And the third is respect. We have to ask these questions to ourselves. There is no denying that we want to do well. We want to be good to others. We do not want to discriminate. We do not want to disrespect. But very often, because of the deep-seated thoughts and opinions that have gone into our mindset and taken root over there, because of the environment that we have been brought in, because of the kind of people we see around us, it is difficult for us to believe that another kind of world can exist. There is a video that I saw by a band called Six Pack. It is one of the only Indian bands that got a chance to sing at the opening of the Cannes Festival. It's a huge honor. What was most wonderful about this entire incident was that the Six Pack band's members are all transgenders. And they had such an eloquent song about how each one of us originate from the same God's light. But then the light filters out and we start to discriminate against these people. But we truly are, as they say, sab Rab ke bande. We are all children of God. Personally, yes, I don't believe in God, but I do believe in a moral code. I do believe that we should think about what we are suggesting, what we are ignoring because of our own ignorance. Do you really believe that a transgender can earn money only by begging on the traffic light? Or coming to our festivals and then being asked to leave, being shoved out, and then they keep insisting, and then their clap, which has become so prominent. Do you really think that is the only career option that should be available to them? Or do you think that we can respect them further and give them the opportunity, like finally the High Court of Kerala did, to a sub-inspector? The first Indian sub-inspector, Toastmaster Yashini. I'm sorry, not a Toastmaster. I hope she is a Toastmaster, but sub-inspector Yashini. The only Indian sub-inspector who is a transgender. But she did not get this easily. She had to really fight. And once the High Court gave that decision after many years, only then was this job allocated to her. The Supreme Court finally recognized that transgenders can apply for any kind of career that they desire. These are good steps. These are the kind of steps that we should be taking consciously every single day. When we see them, don't frown. Don't think that they are criminals. Don't think that they are something like trash that you have to squirm and sniff away. Don't do that to them. Because just think about it. What if we lived on a planet where we were the minority and they were the majority and they treated us like this? Each one of us in this room would have experienced some level of discrimination somewhere. I can guarantee it. Because we all do it unconsciously. So we receive it and we feel bad about it. As a woman, I might feel very irritated that why is the bank not giving me a loan just because I'm a woman? Why is the bank insisting that I put in my husband's name everywhere? Why can't my own identity be enough? Why can't I have that freedom? Why can't I have that acceptance? Why can't I have that respect? Wouldn't you want me to respect you? Wouldn't you want me to accept you just as you are? Wouldn't you want me to give you the space to be free, to be yourself, to say what you want, to do what you want, and not point out anything until I feel that you are doing something wrong, and then have that discussion in a manner that I won't disrespect you? Wouldn't you want this from me? If you do, then give it to each and everyone around you. With that, I would have called our Toastmaster Anand, the club president. Toastmaster Anand, he's unmuting, waiting. He's going to say something. We'll all hear his voice one more time. Toastmaster Anand. Okay, so I am going to let him share his GE report
I
over.
don't get kicked out of the meeting again.
Okay, thank you.
Can you hear
This
me?
is, yes, we can hear you. So do you want to share your GE report now?
I would suggest if we can share it on probably on chat. We are really running
Okay,
late.
sure,
Yeah.
sure. So then let me take this opportunity to invite someone very
So I
special,
will share the
someone.
G report via link, which is of which is of Google Drive. Yeah.
Okay, I think he's planning to share the GE report on the Google Drive, and that's fantastic. So we shall move on to our business segment at this point. The business segment is going to be chaired by someone very special, Toastmaster Pragya Bharadwaj. She took on this role for us, came as our savior, and we are so grateful for her efforts. She's a postgraduate student in data analytics, and she's working as a software developer. She's also a content creator at a leading YouTube channel, and she's developing a machine learning course for the students. I hope that she develops that course very soon. I would love to be one of the first students to take it up if possible. For her, freedom means the feeling of being what you are. So no matter what obstacles we have in life, we should be able to follow the path that will make us proud of ourselves. Noble thoughts, extremely inspirational words. And now I would like to welcome on stage Toastmaster Pragya Bharadwaj as our election master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Roli. Before I proceed forward, I would like to check that I am perfectly audible to you all.
Yes, you are absolutely. Okay, I think I spoke a little too soon. Yeah, so you're.
So it's fine that I am audible.
Yeah. Toastmaster Pragya, before you begin, we will have to request our guests to leave the meeting. Yeah, so.
So I would request to the club members that you please stay back and the guests can leave. So only the members are allowed to sit in this segment. Can somebody confirm that we are having only the club members?
I think I would need to request Toastmaster Avishi. Toastmaster Avishi, I know that you have joined us, but your name is still not on our club roster, so we'll have to wait for you to join us in the next meeting as a Toastmaster and as a member of DOTM.
Hi Roli, if I can interrupt, so I think we can make Avishi one of the co-hosts as well, and that way she won't be able to vote.
Sure, yeah, we can do that. and yes, then she can actually get an experience of this process. So
Right.
Avishi,
Okay.
do stay back, and Pragya, if you could just make her one of the co-hosts.
I am yet to receive the host access, so I was
Okay,
about to say
Karthik,
that.
no, yeah, Karthik can do that. Yeah, just before Karthik hands over the host access and all the co-host access is taken from everyone, I just wanted to sort this out first before we proceed. Right. So I also see Toastmaster Karan Gaba. Toastmaster Karan, if you would please exit from this meeting because you're a guest in our club. Okay. Karan?
Yes, yes. Audible?
Yeah.
I'm audible?
Yes, you're audible. Karan, we'll reach out to you for your feedback after the meeting. But at this point, because we're going to hold elections for our VP-Ed for the next term,
Okay.
we need only the members to be present in this meeting group now.
Okay, okay, that's fine.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Toastmaster Pragya, you can just, no, I still see Karan here. Karan, I'm going to put you in waiting room. Sorry. Okay.
Before I proceed, Roli, I can see other members as well as the host and the co-host. So can we take
Yeah.
back?
So, yes, first of all, Karthik, please grant the host privileges to Pragya.
Yeah, fine. Give me a minute.
Thank you.
Given.
Thank you. And Pragya, now you can take away the co-host access from each one of us.
Yeah, so I'll take back the co-host access.
Hmm.
We wanted someone else as well as the co-host, right?
Avishi.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, this part was clear. Anand, please go ahead.
So there is some lag actually. So Karthik and with Anirudh, I will just share the login credentials. So if let's say I drop out, so you can just update the pool
Yeah, that's fine. Anand, you can do that.
because you both know already how to update.
Yes, you may share that. Meanwhile, I'll start with the process, the explanation part.
Okay, I'm going to switch off my video. Maybe that will help Anand stay in the room. Okay. Okay, I think we can proceed. Pragya, you have
Yeah.
right. You can see me logged on from two devices. I do that just so that I can, continue to be in the meeting even if one device fails or the one of the networks fails. But I promise that I'll be voting only through one device.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll begin the election process now. So professionally, Good evening, Delhi One Toastmasters Club, and it's a privilege to be here as an election officer. I am here to conduct the elections of the Vice President Education. Before I begin with this, I would like to explain the process. Any club member can stand up to nominate for this post, and whether you are a new member or anything, that doesn't matter. You can come up and stand over the floor as well in case you haven't nominated yet. In case we have multiple nominations, each one of you would be asked to speak for 2 minutes, and after 2 minutes I'll unmute you. You'll be called upon the alphabet that comes first in your surname. So let's say we have Pragya Bhardwaj, and then we have Roli Sinha. So Pragya Bhardwaj would be called first and then preceded by, after that we'll have Roli to give a 2-minute speech as to why the club members should elect her as the VP Education. I'll be opening the poll as well. The poll would remain open for 2 minutes. I believe that would be fine for all the members to vote for the member they feel is appropriate for this. Can I have a confirmation on that part? Your 2 minutes poll be okay for the post?
Yes, it should be good. Thank you.
Okay.
If you do
So,
see that enough people have voted before that and you've got like votes from everyone, you can close the poll earlier, but 2 minutes time should be more than enough to ensure.
yeah, so in all, there are 20 participants. The host and the co-host aren't allowed to vote. Roli is again going to vote from only one device. So if I calculate, I should receive 17 ballots for the post of the VP Education. I hope that the quorum of the club has been achieved with 17 members voting for the post. Can I have a confirmation on that?
Yes. Yes, we have 24 members on our roster at the moment. And so the majority plus one is what we need. 50% plus one is what we need. And that means that we need 13 votes.
Yeah,
And we have
that's very
17, so that's good.
Yes, that's perfect. So before I begin with the election process, I would like to iterate the duties of a club vice president education. The club vice president education is a critical role in a Toastmasters club. The Toastmasters educational program depends on the vice president education to carry out the club mission. As the Vice President Education, you are responsible for providing and maintaining the positive environment and the programs through which members can learn and grow. If you do your job well, your club will be satisfied, members will continue to grow. Your efforts also help the club to become a distinguished club, which should be an annual goal. Outside the club meeting, you are asked to attend the district-sponsored club officer training, plan the club meetings, promote participation in educational program, orient new members to Toastmasters program within 2 meetings after they join, assign every new member with a mentor, attend club executive committee meetings and preside when the president is absent, attend district council meeting and vote for the club proxy, vote at international business meeting, arrange for the replacement if unable to attend a club or executive committee meeting, prepare successor for the office. At the club meeting, you're being asked to ask each new member to be a table topic participant at the first meeting after joining. Ensure a club member conducts the successful club series program, evaluate to motivate, moments of truth, mentoring, and finding new members for your club at least once per year. Monitor club performance quarterly in cooperation with your club president. Initial speakers project completion record and ensure eligible members to fill out their award applications. Preside over the meeting when the club president is absent. Now, another very important role of a VP Ed is to, when members are ready, apply for the educational award, and you can submit the award applications online through the TMI website. I would now like to ask the members of Delhi Orators Toastmasters Club if anybody would like to contest on the floor for the post of vice president.
Apologies, Pragya. The
Yeah.
club name is Delhi Toastmasters.
Oh, I'm sorry, Delhi One Toastmasters Club.
It's perfectly all right.
I apologize for this. The members, if anybody would contest over floor, please message your nomination to me in the chat window, or you can unmute yourself as well.
I would like to contest.
Bhavya Jain.
I would
Okay.
like to nominate Toastmaster Anand.
For the
This
post
is
of
Roli
Vice President
and
Education.
Education. Yes.
Roli, I think I misunderstood. You want to nominate yourself or Anand?
Anand.
Okay. So we have on-floor nominations with Bhavya and Anand.
I would like to nominate Toastmaster Roli.
Okay.
Pragya.
Yes.
First of all, Toastmaster Anand is dropping in and out. Okay.
Okay.
So I have nominated him, but you would need to ask if he is willing to take up this. Yeah. And similarly,
So,
because I've been nominated, so you would need to ask that question to me as well. But first, you should address Toastmaster Anand.
okay. So, Toastmaster Anand, do you accept this nomination by Toastmaster Roli? I think I'll connect him personally. Meanwhile, Roli, if you can confirm that. Is Devi a club member? I think she is.
Yes, Devi is a club member. Yes.
Okay. So, Roli, would you like to confirm that the nomination? Would you like to contest for the post of VP?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Okay. So, do we have any more nomination? I am giving 1 minute more.
I'd like to nominate Toastmaster Devi as well for the post of VP Ed.
Okay. So, where is Toastmaster Devi? Could you please unmute yourself and confirm that do you accept the nomination as the club vice president education?
Yes, I accept the nomination, Pragya.
Okay. So the tech master, I would request if you can add up. And meanwhile, can anybody please tell me that what are the nominations that have been added prior, other than the on-floor nominations?
I don't think that we received any nominations prior to the elections.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would request.
Okay.
Yeah, Roli, you can continue. You can continue.
No, this is fine. I mean, you did mention that you'd like the tech master to total up those, but because you are the host and you are the tech master, or is
No,
Avishi
I
helping out?
actually, but I needed the Zoom credentials to edit the poll. That's it.
Okay, so has Anand been able to reach out to you and give those to you yet?
So let me just give me one moment.
He's
Let me get
actually
this sorted
not
out,
in the
and then I'll
meeting.
edit.
Yes, sure.
Let me do that. I have the credentials with me now. Anand has sent.
Okay.
Meanwhile, shall we proceed with
We don't
the part
have
where the members would
Toastmaster. Yeah, so we don't have Toastmaster Anand in the meeting room. So somebody can probably speak on his behalf.
okay.
Yeah.
Who would like to
So
come up?
maybe Toastmaster Ankur can share, or Toastmaster Anirudh can share.
Yeah, I can speak on behalf of Anand.
Sorry for interruption, Roli. I think in any case we would have to have a verbal confirmation from Anand for his
A
consent.
verbal confirmation is not necessary. If he writes to Pragya, even in a WhatsApp message, even that will do.
Yeah. Do
I
we
think
have
she
that?
was, that's what she was trying to get.
Okay. Okay.
Just give me a moment for that. I haven't received it yet. Toastmaster Anand, can you hear me?
Toastmaster Pragya, I'm ready to add the names now.
Anirudh, let me just have a word with Anand. I'm not able to connect with him. Can we just wait for a minute more?
Absolutely.
Anirudh, you can probably add the other names. That would also help us know the order.
Okay, sure. What are the other names? By Bhavya.
Bhavya, Devi.
Second name of Bhavya is Jan, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. Devi D.
D, yes.
Okay.
For now, keep Anand Kumar
Okay.
and Roli Sinha.
Okay. I have 4 names with me now.
So Devi should be the first name in that list, followed by Bhavya, then Anand.
Okay, just to add, I've received the confirmation from Anand, and he has also said that Ankur Shrimali can speak on his behalf.
Excellent.
All
Thank you.
Okay, so are we done with that, Anirudh? Shall I start with the... Okay, so I'll be calling Toastmaster Devi D first. Toastmaster Devi D, can you please unmute yourself
Yes, Pragya.
and please share why the club members should elect you as the VPN.
Yeah. Yes. As a VP Ed, if you elect me as the VP Ed of the club, I'll make sure that we continue to have quality meetings and we bring in more creative and innovative meetings. And I myself have had the experience of serving as the VP Ed of Delhi Toastmasters Club. So learned a lot in that journey as the VP Education last year. I can bring in the same experience here, and I shall ensure that we continue to have quality meetings as always the DOTM has. So that's it. I can ensure a good, I can make sure that the legacy is carried forward. So that's it from my part. I hand it over to Pragya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devi. Next, we have Toastmaster Bhavya Jain. You could please unmute yourself.
Sure. So,
Your time starts now.
I've been an associate VPN in my previous club, so I have a basic understanding and the duties a VPN has to do for a club. So I will try my best to play justice to this role and maintain the quality of DOTM, as it is a very good club, and I would make it even try to make it even better than it is. And I will make sure that all the members are given importance and their roles are being given satisfactorily, and I will play justice to the role. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavya. Next, we'll have Toastmaster Anand Kumar. I think
Pragya, 1 second. Anand just called me and he mentioned not to nominate himself. I think you can check whether he gave a consent or not. I think there is miscommunication. He just called me.
okay. So I'll just have a word with him then. Please give me a
Yeah.
moment.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Anirudh. And yes, he has stated that he won't be standing up. So, Roli, if you could please unmute yourself and share why the club members should elect you as the club VPN.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pragya. The role of a VPN is very close to my heart. I believe that this is where the success of the club resides and can be taken to another level, which we have not been able to achieve earlier. Delhi One Toastmasters is my home club. Delhi One Toastmasters is something that means much more than a club to me. I want to see it at the top always, and I know that it takes hard work to reach there. That is what I intend to put in. I have done this role in the past. I'm doing this role in another club, and I in 2 more clubs. So it won't be something that is very alien to me. At the same time, I do believe that we should carry the legacy forward, which is what the other two Toastmasters members of this club have suggested. And if elected, I would like to lead the club in that direction. If not elected, I would like to support them to the best of my capability in their role, whoever is elected. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Roli. So, we are not done with the nomination. I'll be launching the poll. Okay, just a moment.
Yeah, Toastmaster Pragya, I've added the names before launching. If you can check from your side, do you see 3 names or more? Just for a
I see 3
confirmation.
names. I see 3 names.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So I am now launching the poll for the elections. I hope all of you can see the poll. 2 members are still remaining. I'm giving 1 minute more. Kindly vote for the VP education.
Just wanted to remind the members that they must vote. And
voting is an essential activity in any of the Toastmasters club. These people take your club to another level. So do vote for the VP Ed. Okay, I would now end the poll. So members of the club DOTM have elected Toastmaster Bhavya Jain as their VP Education for the term starting with 1st July 2020 and ending at 31st of December 2020. Congratulations, Toastmaster Bhavya Jain, the Vice President Education.
Thank you so much, everyone, for voting me and thinking that I am good for this role. And I will do my best to play justice. Thank you, everyone.
With this, we came.
Pragya, I'm so sorry, but the convention is that you need to announce the votes received by each of the members, and the announcement that you made should have just come right at the end of that.
You want me to share the results as well?
Yes, it has to be shared. In the No, we share the number of votes received by each person, even if somebody did not receive any votes, even that has to be mentioned.
Okay, so I'll share that. Toastmaster Devi D received 3 votes. Toastmaster Bhavya Jain received 7 votes, and Toastmaster Roli Sinha received 4 votes. So with this, we came to the conclusion that Toastmaster Bhavya Jain is the elected member who's been elected for the post of Vice President Education for the term starting from July to December 2020.
I am.
So
Pragya, we had 17. Yeah, no, it's fine. The thing is that we needed more than half of the 17 votes that we were expecting. There are 17 members in the quorum at the moment. So we should have actually received at least 9 votes.
Yeah, we've received
There are 15 majority, not maximum.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, so the majority has to be achieved. Until that majority has been achieved in the votes for one candidate, the convention is to continue the rounds for voting. So you will have to do the poll again.
I have to interrupt here. We have 15 members actually because 18 participants. Pragya and Avishi are there and Roli has joined from one more screen. So 15 members are there.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So for
that
also, then also 15, we need 8 votes, right?
No, 7 votes.
No, 50% is not the criteria. 50% plus 1 or.
Yeah.
No, more than 50% is the criteria, not 50% plus 1. Right?
But 7 is 50%,
but
not
7
more than
twos are
50%.
14, na? Ankur, 15 people are there. So it will become 7.
Okay, 7. I thought 8. Okay.
So we need at least 8 votes for majority to be recognized.
Yes.
Pragya, how many votes did you receive? Can you announce that the count total?
So total she has received 14 votes. So definitely one person has not voted.
One person. I think that is because Anand was there and then he left. And then he sort of rejoined because when we were counting the people for the quorum, Anand was there in the meeting area. And then he got disconnected after that. So he was not able to vote.
Okay, so right now, for example, I see 19 people, 19 participants in the meeting, out of which three we will need to. So 16 members are there at this moment.
Yeah, and 14 have voted.
14 have voted, so that in any case we can't count, no? Because
Okay,
7
Santosh has raised her
Hello.
hand.
Hello.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
Tito?
it happened by
Yeah.
mistake.
My apologies. There was some internet issue for the last 5 minutes. I've been struggling with it. So
Okay.
just now I got connected. If possible, I would like to cast my vote. That is the reason.
Actually, the poll has been closed, so we will have to do a
It's okay.
re-poll. Yeah.
It's okay because if it's the quorum is met, then it's fine. No issues.
No. We will have to do the poll again because the number of votes did not reach the majority number.
Okay. Because in my place, internet is very uncertain.
Okay, so I'll relaunch the poll then again.
Thank you so much. Sorry, Pragya.
Pragya,
it's
the new poll would be election 2. Okay, poll number 8, election 2.
Okay. Okay, just give me a moment, then I'll launch it. I am again launching the poll. So by
Pragya,
now we
before
have,
that, if you can announce the vote, number of vote, which would confirm any member to be elected as VP head.
okay, so we have in totality 16 members would be voting.
So at
16
least
members
9.
are there. Yeah.
So
At least 9 should for
are
the person
required.
to be
Yeah.
elected.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Everybody's
So
heard that.
shall I proceed forward?
Yeah. Everybody.
Okay, so shall I proceed?
Fastest fingers first, please. Thank you.
So I'm relaunching a new poll.
Do we have to vote for the same person or what?
You vote for
vote
who you
first.
want.
Acha, okay. Just confirm.
First to vote. Okay, the poll has been launched. Please vote. Two members. Okay, one member still remaining.
Pragya, your voice is breaking up.
No, actually, it was some disturbance from someone's device.
Okay.
Okay, two members are still remaining. I would request please vote now.
If there's anyone who's having a challenge in selecting any option in the poll, could you please write directly to Pragya? You can use the chat.
Yes, please message me on a personal window. Another 15 seconds and we'll be closing the poll.
And Pragya, you announce the number of votes received for every candidate in the ascending order. Okay, so the lowest one is announced first, and then the one who got more than that, and then the one who got the maximum votes at the end. And I truly hope we've got at least 9 for the winner.
Yeah. So now I am ending the poll. I haven't received any vote over the chat box. Okay.
Okay.
So sharing the results for the poll. Toastmaster Devi D has received 2 votes. Toastmaster Roli Sinha has received 5 votes. And the VP Ed is Toastmaster Bhavya Jain, who has received 9 votes. The quorum has been achieved. And now, finally, the club has elected Toastmaster Bhavya Jain as their Vice President Education for the term starting from July 2020 to December 2020. All the best for your term and congratulations.
Thank
you. to
Badhai ho.
Congratulations, Bhavya. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So this would be it from my side, Bhavya. I would like you to tell me that whether do you take this responsibility of serving your club VP education for the coming 4 months?
Yes, I take the responsibility.
Congratulations, you are now the Vice President Education. All the best. Make the most of this term.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pragya. Thank you a lot for your patience and making sure that this is carried out smoothly. Anand is not here, so I'd just like to, for convention's sake, request you to launch the poll for the main role player, and then you can accord the host rights to Karthik one more time and co-host rights to me.
I'm sharing the poll.
Thank you.
To find that out. Okay. Okay.
Anand is here, but I don't. Actually, this is slightly incorrect. The TMoD, so I think
I can
it's
see that.
picked up. Yeah, I think it's picked up the role players from the last meeting. So, folks, ignore that. You just vote for the role. TMoD, TTM, and GE. Don't consider the names written against them. And sorry, Pragya, could you just send the person, I mean the role who's got the maximum number of votes to Sajal directly on a personal message?
Okay.
In the group chat only, I mean Zoom chat, if you can just message her that name.
Okay. So now I'm ending the poll and I'm sharing the result with Bhavya.
Right. No, not Bhavya, Sajal.
Okay, Sajal. I'll share the result. Okay, I've shared the result with her and
Thank you.
the host access to. Could you please repeat the name?
Yeah, the host access needs to go to Karthik. And you can allot the co-host access to me and Sajal.
So, Roli, I've made you the co-host.
Thank you.
I've made Sajal the co-host.
Right.
And we have Karthik.
Right, Karthik.
Karthik the host.
Right. Thank you so much, Pragya.
Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure being here as your election officer. I would really apologize if I did some mistake, but it was a nice time.
Well, you were absolutely fabulous, Pragya, and you took everything in your stride. You made the effort. You helped us out in a time of need. And I hope that you will visit us very soon again and enjoy the meeting without any duties and responsibilities as heavy as that of an election master. Thank you so much for your role.
Sure, I will. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
thank you.
Thank you.
And we are already very late, so I would request Toastmaster Sajal to share the certificates if she's ready.
Yeah, I'm sharing this.
Thank you. And while she's doing that, let me offer congratulations and thanks to our newly elected VPA, Toastmaster Bhavya. The club is in great hands while you are there. I'm sure that you will make sure that we are doing very well on all the fronts required. Push the members, and if you are not able to push them, let us know. We have a lot of heavy lifters and weight lifters here. They will help
I
you
need
out.
1 more minute.
Yeah, don't worry. You take your time.
Thank you.
And I know that there are no guests here at this time. Ankit, I hope you got their names so you can collect feedback from them later. Would any of the members like to share their feedback, or would you like to take up any roles for the upcoming meetings? Speech slots are taken for the next meeting. So that is not available, but you can let me know if there is any other role that you'd like to take up. I also want to remind all the members that we have our meetings being conducted on Sundays as well. We'll be starting from this Sunday, that is 16th of August. The meeting timing will be 10:30. Toastmaster Akshay Arora is serving as the TMoD for that meeting, and he has chosen a very nice, interesting, intriguing theme called sleep. So I hope that even if you do not have a role, make the time to attend that meeting. I'm sure that it will be nice to see some of your Toastmaster colleagues who have not been able to join this meeting, and interact with them, make friends with them, guide them, help them, make sure that they succeed in their roles just like you have been doing in yours. So this is the time when I stop speaking, you start unmuting and let me know your feedback and suggestions and the roles that you would like in the next few meetings. I'm sure that Toastmaster Bhavya will be taking notes.
Can I share the screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's put our hands together for Toastmaster Anusha Khurana for the best table topic speaker.
Next is best speaker.
Best speaker for today's meeting, Toastmaster Jyoti Kumari. Please accept our congratulations. Thank you. Looking forward to more of your speeches. Best auxiliary role player, Toastmaster Shivam Asthana. Brilliant job as a timer. Thank you so much.
Very ironical. I think the meeting is 30 minutes. Oh, it's time. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, but you put in your best efforts. Yes.
So
Yes.
best evaluate.
Best evaluator is Toastmaster Devi D. Thank you so much, Devi. You had a lot of inputs and very valid points for all of us to keep in mind for our speeches. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Roli.
Thank you.
And next is best role player, which goes to Toastmaster Roli Sinha.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
And
Roli.
thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And special thanks to Toastmaster Sajal for making sure that the name of our VP Ed was put there. I'm very delighted to see that name there. And I'm very happy that you had that eagle eye and that presence of mind. Thank you so much. With that, I'd like to adjourn the meeting. Please go have dinner, relax, and Toastmaster Bhavya, we all can connect later. Welcome to the EC and officially. And whatever help you need, you just let us know. We'll get together and figure out how the roles are to be allocated and everything. Okay?
I just
Thank you
wanted
so
to
much.
know the
Yes.
timing for Sunday's meetings, 10:30 to 12:30.
No, 10:30 to 12.
And we have all the same
Yes, we
sections.
have,
Like,
yeah, we have the
okay,
same sections, but
okay,
we'll have only 2 speeches.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So do join in, everyone. I'm sure that Anand will send out the meeting invite for it. There are a couple of roles that are still to be filled. I believe it is grammarian, and um, if anyone wants to take it up, you could raise your hand right now. I am staring
Um,
quite intently.
I'm sorry, but language evaluation is already taken by me. I told Anand about
Oh,
it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't referring to the list. My apologies. Okay. So, yes, thank you, Sanjit. So we'll see you on Sunday.
We need a group 3 before
Okay.
leaving.
Yeah. So can everybody switch on their videos? Mine is already on. Bhavya is on. Devi, yes. All right. Oh, Ankur, also take a selfie.
Tito and Arun's.
Tito and Arun, if you could just switch on your video for just half a minute. Abhishi, it's very nice to see you.
Shivam, your hands can be kept down.
I hope, Abhishi, you filled in your membership application form and sent it to the VP membership.
No, I haven't. Actually, I have some doubts with it, so I will get along with Anirudh and fill it.
Okay, thank you. But do that soon, because that's all that we are waiting for.
Okay, sure.
Sure. Thank you. Arun, आप पीछे की light off करें. Thank you.
Oh, meeting over.
Anirudh, you can
Tito, can you share your
switch on.
video?
Yeah, Tito, is it possible? Yes, Arun, you're looking very nice. अरुण एंड अंकुर का शिवम का भी काफी इंटरेस्टिंग है. मतलब क्या बात है, आप लोगों को खुद से शेव करनी आती ही नहीं है क्या? या आपका नो शेव अगस्त चल रहा है?
Freedom to choose that.
Yes.
It's too much effort for nothing, basically. Where are we going? We're at home.
My respect for that. Okay.
You can do one or
Okay, one.
anything. Oh, done. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so everyone, bye bye. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Bhavya.